This machine is a Haulotte Compact 14. Those who intend to use any machine with characteristics of weight, height, width, length or complexity which differ significantly to the training they have received should ensure that they receive a familiarisation to cover the differences. It is the employer's responsibility to ensure that all operators using equipment are adequately trained and familiarised to comply with current health and safety legislation. Machine-specific familiarisation should follow on from basic training and cover the manufacturer's instructions and warnings, features of the specific model, control functions, safety devices and emergency lowering procedures. All of the above are to be found in the operator's manual supplied with the machine. Always ensure that you carry out a pre-use inspection of the machine in accordance with any training that you have received. If you do find a fault, isolate, tag and report the machine. Do not attempt any repairs to the machine. The operator's manual is located in the black box in the platform. Ensure that the manual is the correct type for the machine and that it is a full copy. Inside the operator's manual there are various symbols which are used. These range from items which are danger, which are caution, which are prohibition and which are reminders. Ensure you understand these symbols before carrying out any pre-use checks. Identify the thorough examination plate and ensure that the machine is in date. Locate the manufacturer's data plate and ensure that the serial number corresponds with the thorough examination serial number. Ensure that any pins, retainers are in good condition and fully secure. Check the condition of wheels, wheel nuts. The machine is supplied with a solid non-marking tyre. Check the condition of welds to ensure that there is no damage or cracks on welds. The hydraulic level is located on the left side of the machine. You will be able to see a sight glass indicating the correct level. The batteries of the machine are located at the rear of the machine. Unlock the battery catches on both sides of the machine and pull the battery tray out to reveal the batteries. Before carrying out any work on batteries, ensure that you're wearing the correct personal protective equipment in accordance with any risk assessment and safe system of work. The onboard charger. This is used to charge the batteries. Battery charging starts as soon as the main supply is connected. The indicator indicates charge status. Green LED, battery 100% charged. Yellow LED, battery 80% charged. Red LED, battery is in initial charging phase. If a fault occurs, the indicator flashes in different colours depending on the type of fault. Please refer to the operator's manual. The buzzer will also sound. On the right hand side of the machine is the ground control panel. The emergency stop switch is a red mushroom shaped button located on the right hand side of the machine. The emergency lowering handle is located on the right hand side of the ground control panel. Should you wish to lift the machine using a forklift, fork hole pockets are located on the base of the machine. There are a number of decals located on the machine. Ensure that you fully understand these decals and that the decals are fully legible. Inside the platform you will see the decal for the safe working load. Never exceed the safe working load. The machine has a number of safety devices. Anchorage points for harnesses are supplied in the platform. When elevating the scissor from the ground control station, the pothole protection devices will deploy. Once you have carried out your pre-use check of the machine, insert your key into the lower ground controls. The key will be in the off position. Position down is to operate the lower ground controls. Position up is to switch the key switch to the upper platform controls. The battery indicator is located next to the key switch. This will give you an indication of the battery's current charge state. Hydraulic ramping. Your machine may have hydraulic ramping built into it by design. This means that the machine may not stop immediately when a controller is released. The lower ground controls will allow the machine to be elevated and lowered. To start the machine, pull out the emergency stop and turn the key to the ground control. Using your other hand, now elevate the scissor pack. The scissor should lift and lower smoothly and under control. Lift the machine up and fit the maintenance prop to check inside to ensure there is nothing likely to damage the scissor. The platform controller should be located on the right hand side of the machine and secured in place. Always ensure that the platform controller is orientated round the correct way to compensate for the way that the machine is facing. This is indicated by arrows on the platform controller which indicate which is forward and backwards, with the colours red and green indicated. On the platform control panel there is an overload indicator. This would indicate that the machine has been overloaded. Horn selector, emergency stop button. When it is pulled out, it is activated. When it is pushed in, it is deactivated. There is also a fault indicator which indicates either that the machine has been overloaded or the machine has been tilted beyond its recommended rating. The movement joystick is for forward and reverse drive. On the top of the joystick there is a button which will allow left hand and right hand steering. The 3-position selector will allow for low speed driving, high speed driving, or to elevate the platform and lower the platform. When it is in this position, the drive control lever will either drive the machine in the speed that's been indicated, or the machine will elevate and lower. Wander leading or dog walking. It may be possible to use the upper control platform when standing on the ground next to the machine. When using the controller in this way, always ensure that the control box is correctly orientated around to the chassis and that you are standing clear of the machine. Testing the emergency stop switch. Pull the emergency stop switch out and switch the machine on using the key. The control box activation lights should light up. Push in the emergency stop switch, the lights should go out. To test the tilt sensor, pull out the emergency stop switch on the upper and the lower control panel. Switch the machine on from the lower control box. Locate the tilt sensor next to the ground control box. To prevent the lowering of the machine during any maintenance or inspection of the inside of the scissor pack, a maintenance support strut is supplied with the machine. Ensure this is fitted before you reach into the machine. Manually tilt and maintain the tilt sensor towards the front of the machine for a few seconds. The buzzer should sound. Please note that the slope sensor prevents lifting and driving movements when activated. It will give you an audible signal indicating that the platform will not raise. If the tilt sensor activates, lower the platform completely and reposition the machine on level ground before attempting to raise the machine. To emergency lower the machine, this has an emergency pull rod with a red handle located on the right hand side of the ground control panel. To operate this pull rod, pull the red handle towards you. The machine will now lower. At any time to stop the emergency lowering, release the emergency handle. Test procedure for the platform control box emergency stop. Pull the emergency stop switch out. The lights on the panel should indicate. Push in the emergency stop switch. The indicator lights should go out. The drive and elevate joystick has an enable button located at the front of the controller. To ensure that the drive enable button is functioning correctly, without holding the button, push the joystick forward and backwards. The result should be that nothing should move. Pull out the emergency stop switch on the upper control panel. Position the selector button to snail, and ensuring that the area is clear, drive forwards and backwards by engaging the drive enable button and moving the handle in a forward and backwards direction. Engage the drive enable button, and using the button on the top of the joystick, test the steering moves fully left and fully right. The platform selector switch has two drive speeds. These are indicated as snail or hare. Using the platform selector switch, move the speed switch to hare and check that the drive will go forward and backwards. To elevate the scissor, using the platform selector switch, push the switch over to the left hand side. This will engage and light up the lift and lower function, and using the joystick, hold the enable button and push the joystick forward. This is a proportional control which will respond to your input. To lower the scissor, hold the enable button and pull the joystick backwards, which will lower the scissor pack. When lowering the scissor will not fully close when lowering down to ground level. This will automatically cut out and prevent the scissor pack from fully closing. Release the enable button, check around the machine to ensure that the area is clear, hold the enable button and fully lower the machine. Always ensure the machine is fully lowered before climbing out of the platform. Loading the platform. If the platform load exceeds the maximum authorised load, no movement is possible from the platform control box. The platform overload indicator and buzzer will sound and light up to warn you. Remove weight from the platform and then lower the platform to the ground. The decal located at the rear of the machine and in the platform indicates the maximum weight which is permissible in the platform. This is known as the safe working load. Pothole protection system is automatically deployed when the platform is lifted above 1.5 meters. Only slow speed is possible when the pothole protection devices are deployed. As soon as the platform is below 1.5 meters, driving in higher load speed is then possible. If the pothole protections are not extended, micro speed and platform elevation are automatically prevented. The machine should always be used on flat level ground. However, tolerances indicated on the decal give you an indication of how much lateral and longitudinal slope the machine is capable of withstanding. If the machine has 0 ms or 0 meters per second, this means that the machine is not rated for outdoor use and must not be used externally or where wind can affect the stability of the machine. If your machine is equipped with an extension deck, please familiarise yourself with how much weight is allowed on the extension deck. Decals are positioned to indicate the floor loadings of the machine. data plate on the chassis will give you an indication of the maximum wind speed allowed, the weight of the machine, the maximum platform load, the recommended load capacity when the extension deck is extended, manual lateral effort and inclination of the chassis.